You're listening to the Ask Drone U podcast. You ask, we answer your drone questions. Whether you're here to turn your passion into profit or you simply fly for fun, we're a community of learners and teachers who aspire to achieve greatness. We are
Drone U.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another awesome episode of Ask Drone U. My name is Paul, and I have the pleasure of having one of our instructors here. He's an award-winning photographer. Welcome with us, Vic Moss.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you very much for being here. We really do appreciate it. And today we have so much to talk about, Vic. I know you're doing a new class. You're here right now.
That's right.
Filming a new class. Just give us a quick intro. What is this class all about?
Well, you guys have asked me to come in and do some still photography classes, or a still photography class. So I'm going to try and condense 28 years worth of knowledge into enough time to edit, make people not fall asleep while they're watching it.
So you'll be going over things like photography theory, but
a
also
little bit of photography theory, but composition, eye rests, color correction, rules of thirds, just all kinds of fun stuff.
Awesome. And so you're going to be teaching people really the ground-based photography side of aerial photography.
Well, it's the same thing. The only difference between ground-based and aerial photography is with aerial photography, you've got the world's tallest, most versatile tripod. So that's it. Everything still applies.
Awesome. Well, I'm so happy to have you here. I know our members are really excited for this class because, well, you come from a place of experience, right? Mm-hmm. You've got just a couple awards in HDR photography?
HDR photography a little bit, and a number of my clients have won awards.
Awesome.
I don't know how many.
You don't know how?
No,
it's just the count is just too much?
It's a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot.
Well, anyway, we're here to talk about the new DJI Z3. We will be having a review video come out. So if you're watching this video and you're wondering, hey, I really just want to see a review video of the Z3, that should be out shortly. But we wanted to cover it in the podcast today. So if you're listening at home, if you're listening in your car, you get kind of a sneak peek. You get the first take of what we think of the Z3. And today we'll be talking about video, and Vic will be talking about photos, right?
Yep, still photography. Yep.
So let's get right into it. One of our members got a Z3 before we did. I don't know how that happened, but
he
it
knows
did.
somebody.
Yeah. And anyway, we wanted to know, okay, well, like, what's the experience? What can we really do with this? Optical zoom, digital zoom. So, I mean, what we know about the Z3 is that with photos, we do have zoom. I think it's from 17 millimeters to 77 millimeters, is it?
Let's see. Well, 35 millimeter equivalent is basically 22 millimeters to 70 millimeters.
Awesome. So and then we have a digital zoom beyond that, but you can't use that for video. So if you're using this just for video, you're going to have the flexibility to go from very wide to pretty
fairly narrow. Yeah.
Fairly narrow, yes. You'll be able to do cool shots like the vertigo effect where you're flying away but you're zooming in. You can do a lot of really cool stuff. I actually decided to buy the Z3 and for us to get one, which should be here tomorrow actually.
Cool.
And to really give it a shot and really, kind of give it a look. But one of the questions that a lot of people had is, what about the optics? And they're wondering about, the P4 has such good optics. They're wondering, well, what about the Z3? So what have you found, Vic?
Well, Keenan sent me the full wide, full optical and full zoom, digital zoom. And I like the optics. They are as good as the P4, so it wouldn't be too surprising to me if it's got the same optics as the P4.
Awesome. So we think that based on what you've seen, the clarity and everything, yes?
Yep. Sharpness, contrast is all really good, especially for a zoom lens, because zoom lenses are notorious for not being the sharpest lens there is. So I'm pretty impressed with it.
Cool. Well, before we get more into that, one of the things I also wanted to address is the fact of utilizing this on an Osmo. A lot of people have been like, hey, can I use the Z3 on the Osmo? And we've learned from experience with members that that's not the case right now, currently.
Right. I don't know. I've seen somebody posted something on one of the sites they were using on their Osmo, so I don't know if it's usable or not yet.
So
it will be. It's got to be. I mean, why wouldn't it be? It's just probably waiting for an update.
So, all right. So what do you see in the differences of the images in the Z3 versus, say, the X3 or the P4? And then, let's just hear your thoughts on it, just based in general. I mean, you are the photographer. You've got a different eye. So you're looking for, detail in the shadow and contrast. Just What did you find?
I found the shadow details, actually, I could pull it out pretty easily.
Really?
I use Capture One as my processing engine for my stills, for the DNG files, and all my raw files. And Keenan, he asked me what I wanted. I said, send me something with deep shadow. So he actually sent me a picture of his house with front door and shadow, and he's got a dark front door. So I just simply, with the HDR sliders in my processing, pulled the shadow out of it, and I was really surprised just how sharp and how noise-free-ish would probably be a good way to put it.
Define noise-free-ish for us.
It's a lot better than I thought it would be. It really is. Is it the X5? No.
Okay.
But
so let me ask you this: if someone's saying, I'm taking a lot of photos, they're not like a video guy yet. They're like getting into video, but they don't have the stick control yet.
Right.
And they're thinking about, should I get a Z3 or an X5? As a photographer, what do you think is the better option? I mean, I know you're like high end, top of the line, so I know what that answer is.
Right.
But if you are thinking in the sake of a drone photographer, maybe they got a few years of groundwork experience, they've gotten into drones, and they're limited in financial resources to buy one option.
Okay, well, if you're limited in financial resources, your Z3 is going to be the way to go. 900 versus 35.
Yeah, I think the
time you
X5
get
is
off,
like $2,000, and then you're buying lenses.
You've got to get the Holy Trinity, as I call it, the Olympus, the three Olympuses.
So what is the Holy Trinity of lenses?
The Holy Trinity.
The
Holy. Olympus.
Oh, sorry.
It's the 12 millimeter, 24 millimeter, and 45 millimeter Olympus lenses. They, especially the 12, just smokes the DJI 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Smokes it, huh?
Smokes it. It's they didn't have the optics when they put the X5 out that they have on the P4.
That's saying something.
So it's still.
Is that why you bought the P4?
No, I bought the P4 for my other work.
Gotcha.
Not the final image stuff.
Gotcha.
Like construction.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Okay.
Take it out of the box, but
So it's just like hey, this is kind of my lower end jobs. I just need to go out, get the shot, and get it done.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's funny. I'm doing the same thing.
I love the P4. It's a great little camera. It's just not the X5. And you're talking sensor size too. So you've got the detail in the X5.
What is it? The 1/2 versus micro 4/3? The difference?
I think so. It's like GoPro versus MFT. So
gotcha. Gotcha. All right. Any other findings that you saw in these images? Now I know sometimes too. Define like our capabilities here, because we've got we can go up to a certain level of zoom optically, and then we go into the digital zoom. Did you see more noise in the digital zoom?
Digital zoom sucks.
Okay.
I mean, it just does in general. It just does in general. There's no such thing as decent digital zoom.
Cool.
For the consumer out there, it would be fine. But you get too much distortion, the interpolation of the pixels, because that's what it's doing. It's just cropping and enlarging in the digital zoom. And it doesn't have the optics to back it up.
So would you recommend that anyone even take photos with digital zoom?
Not for a client.
So if you're trying to make your name for yourself, no. I love how you hold these like little things back, like you're waiting for me to draw them out of you. Like, come on, give me the honesty.
Right. Well, I don't live behind the mic very often.
No,
so
I know.
You're going to have to do that.
Well, it's okay. I'm used to it.
But no, the digital zoom itself, I've never been a fan of it. It first started 5 or 6 or 7 years ago with the consumers and the consumer little. I call them PhD cameras, push here dummy. And so with the digital zooms on those, they're fine for Aunt Mary taking pictures of the flower garden or whatever, or Uncle Joe on the beach or something. So, but for the commercial work, no. So
no digital zoom.
No
for
digital zoom
work.
for commercial work.
If you're doing video, though, just know that you can't even use the digital zoom for commercial work. So, you can't use the digital zoom, period, like at all. So
it won't even let you?
No, and when you're zooming in and out with video, it's just optical zoom.
Okay, well, that's all you want anyway.
It's very true.
It really is. In my opinion, in my humble professional opinion.
Yeah, no, I was going to say at first I was not going to buy the Z3 because the fact that you couldn't use the zoom during video, that someone had said that, I was like, oh, well, then why would I even buy one? It's not even worth it. But when we actually found out the details, it zooms in so flawlessly.
It zooms really smooth, the stuff I've seen. I don't have one, haven't played with one, probably won't get one.
Really?
No reason.
Well, I'll be up in Denver this weekend, so you can use our new one. So.
Okay, cool. Stop by the house or give me a buzz. I don't know. It's one of those, maybe if I really kind of have an extra $900 laying around, maybe.
You probably do. So I guess that's really just like talking you into it. Like, oh, do I really want it?
My wife won't hear this, right? I don't know. I mean, if I'm going to put the Inspire up, it's going to have the X5 on it. I don't even carry my Z3 or my X3 anymore.
So it's so funny because all I use majority of the time is X3. I have like a totally different mentality about it because I'm focused on video.
And video, it's a great lens.
Yeah, agreed. But the thing is most of my clients can't even tell the difference between X5 and X3. It's only until we do like the commercials and the TV productions and feature films, then it's only X5. But even like the way that you control the roll speed is different between the X3 and the X5. I don't know if you've noticed that. Like it kind of.
I'm a still photographer.
I know you are. You are. So just trying to cover, the video part of it for everyone. I again did decide to get one because it has all of these features. Like you could do like the vertigo shot.
Right,
you can
right. When I first saw the video, my first thought was, what's the movie that Don't Go Towards the Light or whatever it was, the ghost in the house.
Don't Go Towards the Light.
Poltergeist.
Oh.
The hallway shot, pulling back and zooming in. Yeah. But yeah, Vertigo is the same thing.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock started it. It's right.
Yeah, it's a very cool shot. And that's actually cool that you know that Alfred Hitchcock did start it.
I'm old, dude. I didn't see him first run in the movie theater.
Oh,
but
sure. Yeah. Oh, sure. We all know you're truly 75, so it's okay.
I'm a good-looking 75, though.
I'm kidding, Vic. Well, is there any other things that we should know about the Z3 that maybe you didn't cover?
Keenan also sent me the full optical zoom, and I like it. It's sharp corner to corner, which really surprised me. Now, he sent me the 16:9 format, is that what that is? Instead of the 4:3 format. So I don't get the full corners because it does cut off the top and bottom in the 16:9. But from what I saw, it's sharp corner to corner. And if I wasn't flying an X5, I might get it. I would not mind. I would get a Z3. But if I didn't have an X5, I wouldn't have an Inspire because I didn't get an Inspire until they announced the X5.
Awesome. Well, and we'll see what comes out with the Inspire 2.
It could be interesting.
In September. Yeah, it could. What would you like? Let me ask you. What would you like to see on the Inspire 2?
I would love to see a little bit larger sensor than the X5.
Okay.
A faster buffer.
Yeah.
The buffer just cheeses me. No, it doesn't suck, but it's. Yeah.
You're like, yeah. So for some people who wouldn't understand what you're talking about when you say the buffer.
Oh, the buffer. Okay.
Would you put that in layman's terms?
Sure.
Just for guys who maybe don't understand what that means.
Okay. From your sensor, you have, it goes from, you take a picture, the light particles hit the pixels on the sensor, and then it goes to a hard drive, for lack of better words, inside the camera. Well, the buffer it's like a digital hose.
It's like the speed that the data goes through. Yeah,
it did, and it's like the smaller the hose, the longer it takes for the images to the buffer to empty.
And what you're saying is they're using a straw.
They're using a stir stick.
So it's really slow.
Yeah, but you've got size issues. When you're trying to when the X5, I'm sure that's. They're going to have to do some fancy footwork to get the buffer to be a faster buffer.
Well, I agree with you that it's probably a size issue because with the Phantom 4, you notice that the SD card is turned upside down. And the reason for that is the processing speed for that card. The processor that goes in there was too big to put in the traditional way, so they flipped it upside down. I learned about this, which I thought was really interesting. But that could make sense. So you would like to see a faster buffer speed. Anything else?
I would love to see buffer. Like I said, larger sensor. I like the dynamic range of the X5. I think it looks really good. But if they have an X5 built in to the Inspire 2, that'd be awesome.
Just no Z3. Yeah. Just right X5.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Interchangeable, sure, but
yeah, that would be cool.
Interchangeable lenses have to be on the Inspire 2, otherwise it's pointless.
Gotcha. Yeah. Anything else? Nothing else?
Longer battery time would be awesome.
Yeah, that's
10 minutes on my X5 at altitude is.
That's why I don't use the X5 for a lot of stuff I do, just because I'd blow through batteries too fast, and they also the cycle rate, like the amount of cycles that you have over the lifetime, goes down as well because of how much amperage you're pulling out. So
yeah, well you burn through batteries a lot faster than I do. I only carry 8.
Only.
So
Only. I think with all of my like backup batteries for the P4 and P3, there's like 15 batteries in there now. But I used to have 8 Inspire batteries. I dropped down to 5 because they're all my TB48s. I don't even play with the 47s anymore.
I've got 4 and 4, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, Vic, thanks for coming
Sure
on the
thing.
show. Like,
Thanks for having me.
We really appreciate it.
Sure thing.
Is there anything else that you want to tell people about your class? Maybe something for a new guy that would help? What is a new guy going to get out of it? Because it seems like it's top to bottom. It's editing.
It really is. It's everything from how to set the camera up. Are you going to set it up for AEB? Are you going to single shot, long exposure, where you want your ISOs? Correlation between shutter speed and aperture, composition, editing. I think it's going to start. It's going to be both, basic all the way up. It really is.
Gotcha.
I actually had to go. I've been doing this for so long. I had to stop and think about, okay, why do I do it this way? So I had to go back and actually figure out what I was doing. Since I've been doing it for so long, I don't think about it anymore. So it's kind of fun.
That's cool.
It's like going back to school.
Well, now you're the trainer, though.
That's right.
Or the teacher, as they would say.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening in. I know we didn't quite get to a question, or at least play a question, but a lot of people have been talking about this in the community. So anyway, if you want to become a part of the community, go to thedroneu.com and become a member. That 107 content goes out tomorrow, so make sure that you are in the community. And also, you can come to the 107 class, because guess who's going to be there? This guy over
But I'm
here.
not teaching it, so don't worry.
Yeah, well, thanks for dropping that bombshell.
You don't want me teaching that class.
Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Thank you, Vic.
Absolutely, thank you.
And my name is Paul, and this is Ask Drone U.